Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Comic Book Burrito Extra Beef. My name's Darien.
My name's Landon.
And today we have a different thing for you today. This isn't necessarily what we normally do on here, because normally we review movies or big like DC fandom, D23 stuff like that. On here right now, we're going to do the Rolling Stones 50 greatest superhero movies of all time. As of 5 days ago, they posted a article naming off the 50 greatest superhero movies, and I thought that sounded right down our alley. Something to go over, see if we agree with any of it or not.
I mean, I think this list is pretty much for everyone because it's not just Marvel. It's Marvel, DC.
Yep.
On the thumbnail here, it shows Incredibles. So, I mean, Incredibles is going to be on here possibly. So,
yeah,
it's a lot of good here.
So I'm going to read right off the article to start this off, a little introduction here. Here we go. When Action Comics #1 hit newsstands in June of 1938 and readers met Krypton's #1 son, Superman, it was a big bang event that kicked off what would become the great American superhero obsession. Naturally, the movies wanted in on this craze as well. Thus, a few years later, serials like The Adventures of Captain Marvel in 1941, Batman in 1943, and Captain America in 1944 became matinee staples. Even The Man of Steel would get his own 15-part adventure in 1948. Later, these comic book characters would get co-opted by this newfangled invention called television, and you could tune in and watch George Reeves move faster than a speeding bullet, Adam West and Burt Ward zap, blam, pow their way through a who's who of Bat villains, and Bill Bixby go from mild-mannered drifter to raging Green Hulk. Don't even get us started on Saturday morning cartoons. By the time superheroes started making their way back to the big screen in the late 1970s and 80s, these defenders of truth and justice had become universally recognized icons. You didn't have to be a comic book reader to know what that black and yellow bat insignia meant, or understand that a red mask with wide eyes and web design equaled your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And when 1-2 punch of the first X-Men movie and Sam Raimi's first Spider-Man hit theaters within a few years of each other, the stage was set for the first part of the 21st century to give birth to what's now a golden age of superhero movies. So after having navigated several cinematic universes and traveled through a host of multiverses, fought Infinity Wars and played Endgames, rode shotgun with web slingers and prowled alongside Dark Knights and hung with so many supergroups that we've practically become charter members, Rolling Stones has ranked the top 50 movies of all time. From the campy to the grimdark, the late nights in Gotham City to the sunrises in Wakanda, these are the films that both define the genre and have helped turn the thrill of watching comic book characters leap onto the screen into a multiplex lingua franca.
Wait, that was a mouthful. Holy crap! But me and you both agree this would be perfect for our 1-year anniversary.
Yes, which is today, July 4th of 2021. We released on Spotify and Apple Podcasts the very first episode of the Comic Book Burrito, where we reviewed Loki episode 4.
Oh my god! Okay.
We started in the middle of Loki.
Well, here's many more years, or I don't know, at least maybe another one.
About a week.
Yeah, but here's the 50 greatest movies of all time.
Oh yeah, here we go. Number 50, Zack Snyder's Justice League from 2021.
I agree.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Here's the thing. It's funny because this is one of the first things we reviewed as well.
That is true. That's true.
Is that correct? Okay.
Yeah. We had our very first extra beef, which is what this was on Zack Snyder's Justice League, and it was over 2 hours long. I believe that review was.
Well, review a 4-hour movie. It take a bit.
Yeah.
At the time, me and you both seemed to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've changed, but after a while, man, I'll be honest. I think it's the most superhero movie I've ever seen. I
wouldn't. I'd watch it again. I wouldn't. But like, it'd be later on, way later on in the future, and I'd be like, I might watch Zack Snyder's Justice League, see if it's held up or anything. But as of right now, I do think that it's kind of just like meh.
I mean, it's the perfect spot. It's 50-50. It's like good and it's bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, this is kind of a big Batfleck fan here. So, I mean, this was
the movie, the extended cut of Joss Whedon's Justice League, the Justice League, if you will.
Yeah, and I hot take here. I think I've probably said anything more. I think the Justice League version is better a bit. Just a bit.
I disagree. That's where I disagree.
While I do not like Joss Whedon at all,
that movie was garbage.
I know. Take what you will, but I don't know how to describe it. I don't know. But no. You know what? I already take back the thing because I think about Steppenwolf. I'm like, yeah, never mind. So really bad take on my part, but I reversed it. I brought it back. Let me just forget about that solid minute there.
Number 50 was Zack Snyder's Justice League, which is the in the 50 greatest superhero movies of all time is the least greatest.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go on to number 49 here, Ghost Rider from 2007.
Oh, all right.
You've seen this movie, correct?
Oh, yes, I've seen this movie.
I have as well. I don't know if, but should it be in number 49?
I mean, I like it better than Justice League.
Yeah,
I haven't seen this movie in...
it's been a while for me.
It's been a while, but I've seen it enough and recent enough to know where I stand on it.
Yeah.
On it. Last time I saw it was when I want to say I was maybe 15, 16 years old. Mm. Oh, so I'm 18 now, so it has been a minute, but I really like this movie. But I think a lot of it is nostalgia for early Marvel movies and DC movies. Mm-hmm. So I think it has a lot to do with it. But I mean, I think it's a good spot. It's a very above average film, but I enjoy it.
Yeah. I'm going to read off the little thing they have down here at the bottom of it. It says, give it for the this is a weird word. Iconoclastic Nicolas Cage. As Johnny Blaze, he tumbles off a motorcycle and bursts into flames, twitching and emoting in agony amidst a mock operatic musical score as he transforms into the macabre 1970s anti-hero. It's a scene as awesome as one might expect, but there's also his pairing with Eva Mendes and the way the two generate real sparks on screen. Overall, the movie is shamelessly goofy fun in a way that rewards casual, expectation-free viewing. We didn't get Cage as Superman, but at least we got Cage as Ghost Rider. I could agree.
Yeah, I agree too.
All right.
I mean, I think he's perfect for this character. So I think it's a great spot.
Mm-hmm. And the picture they got on here looks awesome.
Yeah, every time Ghost Rider is on that movie, it's like 10 out of 10. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, let's move on to number 48, which is Megamind.
Oh my goodness! All right.
Now I haven't seen Megamind in years.
I saw it last year.
I have not. I barely remember anything about it. That's how long it's been since I've seen it.
I really like this movie as well.
Is it better than Ghost Rider?
Yeah.
Okay.
I bet it's better than like whatever 47 is going to be. Like, okay. I feel like this might be higher up.
It's
again 50 superhero movies is a lot, so I'm probably like missing something that's like really good.
Yeah,
but I think this movie should be at least in the 30s.
It's yeah. Then again, like I said, it's been a while since I've seen it, so I can't really give an accurate opinion, but. I remember, it was pretty good.
I love it. I love this movie.
I like what it says. This animated flick dares ask the question: what if Lex Luthor was a big-headed, blue-skinned alien who had a thing for Lois Lane, and then won big because Superman just wasn't all that into his job?
Yeah, it's hilarious. Well, I mean, Will Ferrell plays Megamind amazingly,
and they're making a Megamind 2. I think is from what I've been reading.
I know they did like a little like short film thing, like with the big red button or whatever. But I mean, I think I don't know. I love Megamind, and I honestly recommend it to everyone. It's like one of DreamWorks' best.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on to number 47 here, which is Inframan from 1975. I'm pretty sure neither of us have seen this movie.
Yes, I have not.
But I'm going to read the little description here. Inspired by the runaway success of the Japanese TV show Ultraman, legendary Hong Kong movie producer Runmei Shaw decided to come up with their own story of a scientist, Danny Lee, who's turned into a bionic hero with super strength, laser beam eyes, and the ability to grow 20 stories tall. All the better to fight any kaiju that a recently awakened demon princess throws his way. Sure, it's campy in the same way that a lot of those 70s Godzilla movies were, but it's also an absolute blast, and you can see the trace influences of this nuclear energy-fueled martial arts fighting, metal glove launching defender of Earth, described in the hyperventilating trailer as 6 million light years beyond believability, everywhere from the Power Rangers series to Pacific Rim.
Huh.
All right, sorry about that, everybody. Had some technical difficulties. But we're back.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was just gonna say that I've never seen this movie, but I mean, it looks cool.
Yeah,
well, I'm very into the Japanese like monster kaiju stuff. So I mean, it seems like right up my alley.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm gonna have to check it out one day.
Yeah, but that is a number 47 Inframan. Let's move on to 46, which is Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh my goodness. Crap. Okay. Have you seen this movie?
I have not.
Okay.
But I know I know things about it. Like, I know about Chris Evans.
Yeah, he plays the evil ex member.
With the like chin strap.
Which one does he do? He's the second evil ex. So this movie is amazing. Again, this movie should be way higher in the 20s. I'd say 20s or 30s.
Does it beat Mega?
Yes, definitely beats Megamon. And back when I first saw this movie, I was obsessed with it. Like the next day, like I saw it online, and then the next day I went to go out and buy the Blu-ray. And then like I've seen this movie with almost everyone. Well, I guess not you, apparently. So
I've never seen it. I'm gonna have to watch it though, because from what I'm reading about it, it seems pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Scott Pilgrim's fantastic. It's very, very dorky, very, very nerd stuff. I mean, I think it's right up your alley as well, Darien. So
call me a nerd.
I recommend it. We have a superhero podcast. Let's not act surprised.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, I'm recommending it to everyone. Even if you don't get all the references, it's still a fun. I'd say it's a good date movie to watch with like your loved one or a good friend that you love a lot or something.
There you go. But yeah, there we go. Scott Pilgrim versus the World, number 46. Number 45 is The Old Guard, 2020. Now, I have not seen this movie. I've seen it on streaming, but I have not watched it. Not sure what it's about, but I'll read. Have you seen this?
Yes, I have seen this before. Wait, The Old Guard? No, I have not. My bad. I thought I was looking at something else. My bad. I was looking at the wrong number.
All right. Okay, so The Old Guard came out 2020. I'm going to read what it says at the bottom here. Ancient empires have risen and fallen, yet one thing has remained constant. A group of immortal warriors led by Charlize Theron at the top of her do not mess with me game here have acted as heroes for hire or villains if the price is right, depending on the century. They soon discover that a young Marine named Niall, played by Kiki Lane, has the same regenerative powers that they have, quicker than they can say, "Welcome to a lifetime of endless battle." However, the gang and their new recruit must deal with the aftermath of a mission gone bad and a pharma bro bad guy who wants to find out the source of their genetic special sauce. Writer Greg Rucka adapts his own comic book story for the screen, and director Gina Prince Blythewood complements his taste for carnage with both emotional heft and some truly kapow-worthy fight scenes. A sequel is currently in the works. Long live this new franchise. Huh.
Yeah, I've never heard of this movie. I've never seen anything of it.
I haven't either, but what I just read sounded pretty good. And Greg Rucka, I've read some of his stuff before. I didn't know this was based on one of his own comic books.
Mm. Yeah, I had no idea either. The Old Guard. What's this on? It's on Netflix? Okay. I'm going to have to check it out after the recording.
Yeah. All right. Number 44, Batman the movie from 1966.
I saw this movie literally like 2 months ago.
Yeah, it's probably about the same for me because I released it on YouTube as a free movie.
Yeah, that's how I watched it. Yeah. I just came across it. Dude, I used to love this movie. Mm-hmm. It doesn't hold up as much as I thought it did when I was a kid.
Yeah. But it's still I still count it as a classic.
It is. I think if you dare say you're a fan of superheroes, you at least had to see this movie once.
Yeah. I can agree with the number 44, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit lower. I would like it a little bit lower, maybe, but like just something. It's not better than like some of these other movies. I don't think.
Yeah, I'd say it's better only because it has a lot of. It's really funny to watch it.
And obviously, you got
how they find out villains.
Yeah,
like found out who's behind all this. It's just hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is the movie with the big submarine fight, right, or the boat fight, whatever it was.
Yes. Catwoman, Penguin, Riddler, and Joker have taken over this boat, and I can't fully what they're trying to do, but
this is they had the shark scene in this too, right?
Yeah, this is the most infamous shark repellent scene.
Yeah.
So get your source. That's where it's from. But the funniest part of this whole movie is how they find out who's behind it all. They're all like, they're out on the sea. Oh, sea for Catwoman. It's like, oh my God. It's like just
world's greatest detective.
Stretch. Yeah, Robin. Oh my God. So yeah, Adam West, Burt Gordon obviously do a great job. I don't know, just everyone there, I mean, is doing like their best, and it's awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, number 44.
I love
in the movie. All right, number 43, Thor from 2011.
First MCU movie. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So
I think that could be lower.
Yeah. I've voiced my opinion on this movie on my Letterboxd, which you can find by looking up Darien H4404 on Letterboxd, or just Darien Henderson. I don't know how it works, but I voiced my opinion on this movie, and I rated it 3.5 out of 5. Mainly because I feel like it hits its stride towards like the middle of the movie and gets good, but for me, a lot of it was kind of not great.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily agree with this placement.
I enjoyed the movie.
I mean, it was an enjoyable movie. It just parts of it to me were just where the acting was great. But
yeah. Like I think all the scenes with Thor are awesome. Asgard looks fantastic.
Now you can't forget about the dyed eyebrows. They he dyed his they dyed Chris Hemsworth's eyebrows blonde, which was like a terrible thing. So it looked like he had no eyebrows for some scenes.
One I just don't really care for is just the people in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Movie like Jane, the professor, and Kat Dennings' character.
With Jane, I'm hoping that they fix her in the new Thor movie because she seems at least a little bit more interesting than she did in these other ones.
Yeah. I mean that's the hope.
Yeah,
I'm not very.
Yeah. All right, but number 43 was Thor. All right, number 42, the Lego Batman movie.
This one should be higher as well.
This movie's great. I mean, people are gonna not watch this because it's Legos, kid stuff. No, this movie, even though it's Legos, it's like almost. It is. To me, yeah, but like the Lego movie was like a great movie.
Oh yeah,
and then this like not really came off of that. It was like a few years after, but this movie was great. Zach Galifianakis voiced Joker, and Will Arnett was Batman.
I mean, it's perfect. And literally, they got back the guy who played Harvey Dent.
Yeah, Billy D. Williams.
But and reprised his role as Two-Face.
Yeah, and
fantastic.
And there was a lot of funny jokes in this. There was one that always sticks out to me. It's what I remember a lot from the movie. He meets Robin for the first time at the gala, and he was like, "My name's Richard, but my friends call me Dick." And then Batman was like, "You kids can be cruel."
It's funny. There's a lot of good humor in this movie, and I mean, again, if you're a Batman fan, you've had to seen this movie. If you haven't, you're really missing out because there's a bunch of references like to the games and Arkham game references in there. It's great.
They make fun of. I loved all the scenes with Alfred and Batman. That one where he was like talking about all the different things he's done. He's naming like every single movie that he was in.
There's a TV show, yeah. Oh, I love it. It's great.
Yeah, that was Michael Cera was Robin, which also will tie back to yeah, and also Phil Lord and Christopher Miller made this movie, or if they produced it, which they did.
Spider-Verse.
Yeah, Spider-Verse.
Yeah, so I'm very very great movie. Again, I think that one should be higher.
All right, well, let's move on to number 41, which is The Avengers from 2012.
Ooh,
second in movie.
I think this should be higher. I don't know.
Yeah, this is a really good movie, but I also think there probably are a lot of other ones that are better than this. This is a Joss Whedon movie.
I'm honestly wondering what's the rest of the list.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, because it feels like they're putting a bunch of good ones that I love a lot already here in the 40s.
So. Yeah, I do like Avengers. I can sit down and rewatch that. Because it's your first giant crossover movie. Nothing really had been done kind of like this before.
Yeah. I mean, this was like a big movie at the time of like, because nothing has been done like this before. It's crazy. Crazy.
First introduction of Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk. All right. So we just got finished talking about Avengers. So let's move on
number 40.
Next one. Yeah. Hold on, I gotta scroll down to it real quick. I lost it.
Yeah, you want me to say it?
Yeah, go ahead.
The Dark Knight Rises. I agree. I mean,
all right, and let's move on to number 40, which is The Dark Knight Rises from 2012.
I agree with this list.
It is better than The Avengers.
Oh, hold up. No, it's not. Nor is it better than Avengers, nor the Lego Batman movie, nor Scott Pilgrim. Heck,
I haven't seen this movie in a long... It's been a while. But I do know that when I was younger, I used to watch it a lot.
I mean, I don't know if I can be the best guy for this because I hate the Nolan movies. So, I mean, I don't.
How can you hate Bane? I don't have the Pringles can, so I have to use my hands.
How to use the barbecue Pringles can, Darien?
I don't know where it went. I had it. It was an official set piece of the comic book burrito, which we can sell on our Patreon when we get it going.
Yeah. I forgot we have one. I completely forgot.
Yeah, it's not fully set up, so I haven't really done much with it. All right. Okay. But number 40, Dark Knight Rises. I tend to not agree, mainly because I don't hate the Dark Knight movies like Landon does, but I tend to think that The Dark Knight is better than The Dark Knight Rises.
I mean, I think everyone can agree with you with that.
Yeah, and so this, I don't think I'd put it in 40. But hey, I don't know what's on the rest of this list, so The Dark Knight may be on here higher up.
Dark Knight's like 40, 41. or sorry, 39.
39.
I swear.
That'd be hilarious.
Oh, Lord.
But yeah, so you don't agree with this standing? You think it should be way, way, way lower?
I think it should be lower. I mean, if they're going to put Avengers at 41, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it should be in top 40, but like, I think I'm mostly upset that Avengers, Batman, Scott Pilgrim are lower.
Yeah, I know what this whole episode's going to make me do. It's going to make me want to go back and watch these movies I haven't seen in so long to see if I... Because I want to go back and watch Dark Knight Rises because I haven't seen it in a long time. And I need to see if I still like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Dark Knight Rises, 40. What place? What 40?
40. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. 39. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Mm.
I don't agree with this. I think it needs to be higher.
It needs to be higher.
Yeah. This movie is like
20, at least the 20s.
Yes. This movie is like, to me, one of the best Marvel movies. Like, it's not in the caliber of like Infinity War and Endgame. Those are amazing for different reasons.
This
but like,
man, honestly, I like it. It's a good superhero film. It's all, and just a good film in general. I'll do it with that.
Mm-hmm. So 39 needs to be higher. I agree, in the 20s.
Yeah,
maybe not even in the 20s.
You know what we should have done? We should have wrote the list down, like top 50, and then wrote it where we would place it.
That would be way too much work. You know how lazy I am?
Yeah, you write all the news.
But that's different. That takes 10 long, grueling,
we should
minutes.
put a Google Doc up and done that. I hate myself now.
All right.
Okay.
But Doctor Strange was 39. Let's go to 38. Captain America, the First Avenger.
This one needs to be up just a bit more.
Now, I've stated before, and you can also see on my Letterboxd account, that this is my favorite Captain America movie.
Yeah, dude, I completely agree. Don't get me wrong, I love Winter Soldier, and I know everybody says like, well, Civil War is more of an Avengers movie, which I agree. But I mean, it's labeled under Captain America, so we'll just go with that. Yeah, I like it. This is my favorite out of any of them. Yeah,
this is like, it's like a real old war movie, but you mix in superheroes too, and all this like science fiction type stuff with like Red Skull and the Tesseract. And listen, this was the movie right before the first Avengers movie came out, right?
Yes. This was the last movie before the big Avengers movie.
Yeah, so I do think this needs to be up a little bit.
Definitely.
Not up like towards one, but like up towards like I think Multiverse of Madness is better than this movie. I would say that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But 38 was Captain America, the First Avenger. I love that movie. I've watched it many times over. All right. Let's go on to 37, The Batman.
Oh no! I mean, this is coming from someone that thought less than you of the Batman. I thought the Batman was okay.
I think this needs to be up.
Okay, but
I think this needs to be up 20s,
very low 20s.
Yeah,
like 20 at least there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
maybe ends like 15. You know what I'm saying? 15
and our original plan was to get our friend Spillman on here to review these with us, and I couldn't imagine what his opinions would be. He does not like this movie.
He would probably say the most obscure movie of them all is like number one.
Inframan, number one.
I'm like, oh my God, John. Gosh dang it, Joe.
Yeah, he had some scheduling issues, so he wasn't able to make it on here.
My man out every week.
Yeah.
That's all right.
We're gonna force him on next weekend though for the 1 year celebration.
Actually, about him every week. So.
But yeah, the Batman, number 37 needs to be in the 20s. Movie was really good. You can check out our review of it along with Multiverse of Madness on other extra beef episodes. Let's go do that. All right, let's move on to 36 here, which is Tank Girl.
I've heard of this movie, but I've never seen it.
I have never seen it either. Came out in 1995. I'll go ahead and read the description since we've never seen it. Folks didn't quite know what to make of Rachel Talalay's movie that brought Jamie Hewlett's post-apocalyptic comic book adventure to the big screen. Hewlett, of course, went on to greater fame as part of the Gorillaz team. It's a quirky and unforgettable blur of alternative nation iconography, from the Courtney Love soundtrack to Iggy Pop showing up as a character named Ratface, and a virtually unrecognizable Ice-T as a kangaroo named T-Saint. Laurie But Petty is the perfect choice to the punkish hero. You'd have thought she stepped right out of Hewlett's panels, and whether it's seducing a goon before kicking him in the nuts, or blowing him away with a grenade, or sneaking away with a female friend for some off-camera play, Tank Girl's subversive spin on superhero tales continue to be debated by feminist scholars and genre film geeks to the present day. Never heard of the comic, nor have I heard of the movie.
I think I've heard of the comic. I've heard of the movie, and I possibly have heard of the comic, but I'm not fully sure. I feel like I might have seen it somewhere, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah, I don't think this is better than the Batman or Multiverse of Madness, so I would bump it.
I mean, I just think I can't see it being better, but I mean, watch it and be like our favorite thing ever. So
yeah, yeah. 36 is Tank Girls. Move on to 35, which is Ant-Man.
Ooh, I think this should be higher.
Yeah, I love this movie. Is like not one. It's not one of my favorites, but it's like definitely in my top 10 of the MCU movies.
It's actually in my top 10.
There you go.
Yeah.
I just think it's so fun. It's like a perfect contained story. Now it doesn't really connect much. Sounds like the Falcon parts.
Mm-hmm. Something I really hate that some MCU people are doing. They say that like Scott Lang is like really dumb, which is not true at all. Scott Lang's a really intelligent guy.
Yeah, but he also does act dumb sometimes.
Yeah. He acts silly, goofy, which is fine.
Yeah.
But Hank's really smart and just serious the whole time. So is Hope.
Mm-hmm.
But it's fun, he literally broke into Hank Pym's house.
Yeah, that's true. But Hank Pym did let him break into his house.
He let him, but obviously he still did skills and made him still tested him.
That whole thing with the breaking into that safe.
Yeah,
he froze. That was good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
which is where I think the sequel fails a lot, and then of course we're seeing here it's up higher, so we'll see where that's at.
Yeah. But no, it might not even be on the list at all. You don't know.
Let's hope not.
The 35 is Ant-Man. Needs to be lower. I think in the 20s, maybe even the teens.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've been saying higher. Yeah, lower. It should be lower.
Yeah. Oh, it depends on how you look at it.
Well, I was saying like higher, like up to 1.
Yeah.
But I guess lower would make more sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah. All right. Yeah. 35 is Ant-Man. Let's move on to 34, which is The Suicide Squad. I'm going to scream. This movie needs to be in the teens or even in 10 through 1.
Yeah. I like this.
I'm sorry. Batman, this movie to me, this is the best DC movie. Mm-hmm. Like nothing to me will beat this. And I've said this constantly. You can check Twitter. I will always tweet about it. And we've reviewed this movie twice. We have on Extra Beef, and then we did a Extra Beef Reheated, which we haven't done in a while. We should do another one.
Yes, I would love.
Yeah, this needs to be.
It's a good movie, man.
Well, we saying higher or lower to 1? Which one?
Well, it should be closer to 1.
So high. So we calling it higher or lower? So I know how to.
We'll call it higher. Just makes more sense to me in my head, but I mean, we should technically say lower. Oh, yeah, it's just up to you.
I think lower would mean like lower to like 50. I don't know. I'm just gonna say higher because
higher than 1.
All right, so yeah, it needs to be, like I said, in the teens or even in the like 10 through 1 section. In my opinion,
it's really good. I recommend it to anyone who.
This is the most to me, and this is one of the most rewatchable superhero movies in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's just so good, and James Gunn was like the perfect person for this. And then he made Peacemaker after that, and it was great.
Oh yeah,
ready for more. I need more.
I need to. I'm excited for the sequel or the next show he's working on. I'm very excited.
Yeah. All right, let's move on here to 33, which is Blade 2.
I've never seen Blade 2.
I haven't either.
I've only seen 1.
I have not seen any of them.
Oh, dude. They're pretty good, man.
I know Ryan Reynolds is in 1. I don't know if it's 2.
That's it. Is that in 1?
Looking down here.
He's in 1.
He is? Okay.
I feel like he's in 1.
Well, I'm not sure. But I do need to watch these, and we probably end up doing Extra Beef at some point on the Blade movies. But I've heard they were good. But since neither of us have seen Blade 2, I'll read the description. It was not lost on Guillermo del Toro that Wesley Snipes' Vampire Hunter was a character who originally had 1 foot in the superhero world and 1 foot in 1970s horror comics. And his superior sequel to the 1998 pre-MCU Renaissance Marvel movie makes sure to give both genres equal time. A new breed of bloodsuckers known as Reapers are decimating both the human and creatures of the night communities. Blade must team up with a group of undead renegades known as the Blood Pack to take these extremely viral vamps down. It's a dark take on a superhero story before it was the fashionable thing to do. To put this in comic nerd terms, imagine a Marvel B title getting a full-blown Vertigo makeover. But you can tell Del Toro is both reverent of the pulpy source material and clearly having fun playing around in the sandbox. From the way the Reaper's mandible-like jaws pop open to the tough guy banter to his staging of blades slicing through a trio of bad guys like it was a splash panel.
Yeah, so Ryan Reynolds is in 3. So I just looked it up.
Okay. I knew he was in one of them.
I've never seen Blade 2 or 3. I've only seen 1.
We need to review this.
I love doing the whole trilogy.
Yeah, we can do that one day. Maybe next week. You never know. We don't know what we're doing next week.
Yeah, we always decide last.
Yeah, we're lazy that way. But I'm excited for the new Blade movie coming out. I think.
Yeah, he's playing Blade again. I don't remember.
What's his name? He played in Luke Cage. His Mahershala Ali. That's his name.
Mahershala Ali. Yeah, very excited to see this new Blade.
Yeah. But yeah, that sounds pretty good. Sorry if you hear noises in the background, by the way. There are fireworks going off. It is 4th of July. I'm recording this. They're not gunshots.
Happy 4th of July, everybody.
Yes.
Had a good one.
All right. Let's move on to 32, which is Unbreakable.
Never seen.
Never seen it either. I do feel like, M. Night Shyamalan. Yeah. Okay. Because I knew that Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson were in a M. Night Shyamalan movie, which this must be the one I was thinking about. Is this something to do with what's that movie series Split, and there was like glass?
Ooh, it is. That's exactly what it is. Yes. Yep. First when I saw it, I thought this was Hancock, that Will Smith movie.
Yeah.
I thought this was for Unbreakable. Yes, that's exactly what this is.
I'm gonna read the description. Po-faced stadium security guard David Dunn, played by Bruce Willis, experiences a profound personal awakening after surviving a massive train wreck unscathed, and with the help of infirm intellectual Elijah Price, played by Samuel L. Jackson, slowly unearths his own steely potential. Plot twist impresario M. Night Shyamalan pulled off his greatest narrative feat by turning a mournful mystery with realistic emotions and everyday characters to a stealth superhero origin story. It's also a coy commentary on the delicate symbiotic dance between protagonists and their antagonists, plus the first installment of an unexpected and wildly original film trilogy that stretches over 2 decades. So this is the first movie in that. So it's Unbreakable and Split and Glass, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw Split. I watched Split.
I saw Split too.
Yeah, I did not see Glass, but I'm gonna have to. I didn't know it was a trilogy, so I'm gonna have to go back.
Yeah,
watch them. All right. I can't really judge what the placement should be of this because
I've never seen it, so I would say I would stick to the guns of this, but at the same time we've seen some really bad ones on here. So
that's true.
So I mean, I hope this is a good spot, and if it's not, let us know.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on. Number 31, which is V for Vendetta. All right.
Again, I'm a big Alan Moore fan. And I'm kicking myself. This is like one of his biggest projects, and I still have not.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it either.
Haven't seen it.
Natalie Portman's in this movie, isn't she?
Yeah. Yes, I believe so.
I don't really have an opinion on it. I've seen bits and pieces of this movie, but I'm not gonna say that I've seen the movie.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about this movie, and I always heard good things about it.
Yeah.
So.
I'll read this real quick since we haven't seen it. Remember the 5th of November. Alan Moore's dystopian tale of masked vigilante, that Guy Fawkes visage would soon become the default visual symbol for 21st century political underground activists, is a radical reimagining of superhero mythology in which a costume crusader becomes the fly in the fascist alt-future ointment. And this adaptation from director James McTeague and producers/writers Lily and Lana Wachowski comes impressively close to capturing the comic legend's voice, leaning heavily into the notion that there's a fine line between terrorists and freedom fighters, even when superpowers via mutations from a government-sponsored virus are involved. Long before she'd aid the god of thunder, or pick up the hammer herself, a shaven-headed Natalie Portman would aid and abet the man known as V as he mobilizes an army against totalitarian forces. Let's just say it's the rare superhero movie that seems to get more prescient as the years go by.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it. I think Watchmen hopefully is on this list because now I'm thinking about that. The movie is great.
I love Watchmen. Watchmen. I bet. I wonder. You think Alan Moore hates this movie? By the way,
probably not.
Because he hates the Watchmen movie.
He probably hates it because of the Anonymous now, the hacker group. They took his mask from it, and he's like, oh, "Dang it, I'll sue you."
I know. I saw that. I know. That's why I always thought of it, because I was like, from this.
Yeah. But yeah, V for Vendetta, number 31.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 30 is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Should be a bit higher.
Yeah, I think it should be higher. This movie is also very rewatchable. This is one of, I argue that there are a few different movies in Marvel that are very rewatchable, and this is one of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't really say it. You can't say it for the newer stuff coming out recently.
No,
but,
well,
I'd say the only three I could say is Spider-Man, this, and Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
Wasn't big, but I mean, those are the only three I'm wanting to rewatch.
Yeah.
Good though.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there are. I don't think there are any really other ones, but I do think this needs to be a little bit higher.
What would you say it should be at? Because I'm thinking like more between 25 and 20.
Yeah, I can agree with that. This is. And this was one of the reviews that had come out of the movie, saying that it was one of the best MCU origin stories since Iron Man, and I can agree with that.
Yeah, I agree. It was very fun. I loved every character. There was not one character I hated in that movie.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him come back in some.
Yeah.
All right.
Very.
Yeah. All right. Move on to 29, which is The Crow.
Never seen The Crow. I've always wanted.
Haven't either. We just haven't seen anything in this list.
Yeah, again, hey, what happened to him though? Honestly,
yeah,
that was.
Yeah. Let's see. I really don't know much about The Crow anyway.
From what I can think, cause I've heard it plenty of times, I just can't fully remember. He's like this guy that died. He gets like murdered, I believe, and he comes back to life and kind of like takes revenge.
Oh, so
I think that's what happens, but I could be like completely dead wrong.
I'll read the description here. Forever haunted by the on-set death of star Brandon Lee, son of martial arts cinema legend / pop culture icon Bruce Lee, the story of a resurrected musician turned undead superhero who's hell-bent on revenge remains both a tribute to the actor and a genre highlight. Creator James O'Barr wrote and illustrated the comics after his fiancée was killed by a drunk driver. Director Alex Proyas translates the comics' inherent mope into something that's somehow exhilarating and transcendent, while also approximately goth trashy. It helps that Michael Wincott was note perfect as a Detroit crime lord villain, and the terrific soundtrack is from the 1990s alt rock greats. Yeah, like I said, we can't really judge its placement because we haven't really seen it.
Yeah,
but yeah, but yeah, 29's The Crow. 28, Batman Begins.
I'd say a bit lower.
Yeah, it does not need to be in the 20s.
Yeah, it needs to be 30s.
Now, I don't think I've ever seen this movie all the way through. Maybe I have once.
I've seen it all the way through twice.
I just don't like his bat suit.
Because his Batman suit's terrible. I don't like. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think the guy that got to play Scarecrow is perfect. Mm-hmm. But ain't my thing.
Yeah.
So
but Liam Neeson as Ra's al Ghul.
Pretty good. Not bad.
Yeah.
I'm just here's something. The only reason why I watch this movie is because everybody can't tell me watch Batman Begins, you'll love The Dark Knight even more. And I was like, I'm probably gonna understand what people are talking about, but no, I'm not. Right. So this movie was pointless. So maybe I'm just salty, but I think it should be lower. Like
up towards 50. Closer to 50, not close to 50, not like at 50, but
probably like a higher than Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah,
is but like not like maybe like 3 spaces up from it. You know what I'm
saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I said, I haven't seen Batman Begins. It's been a long time anyway since I've seen it, but I don't even think I ever saw it. I maybe saw it like once all the way through, and that was it.
Yeah.
But I do know that people consider it a classic. So, 28, Batman Begins.
Yeah, I love that PS2 game. That was fun.
That was good. Mm-hmm. All right. 27, Hellboy.
I like this movie.
I have seen this. I think I have vague memories of watching it.
I do not remember if you watched it.
I don't.
I feel like I've seen it.
Well, the thing is, like, I never knew that Hellboy was a superhero movie technically until like a few years ago.
Injustice 2.
Well, not really even that.
Oh God!
I just thought he was like a random thing. I don't know. It's like I never really considered the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles superheroes. Superheroes to me were like DC, Marvel.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Somebody's pissed off at you right now, and that's me.
Well, that's hey, but that was what I've come to learn this stuff over the years. Yeah. So do not get mad for long. But Hellboy,
I think this one should be a bit higher.
Higher towards 1.
No, not toward. Yeah. More towards 1. I mean,
but I like Shang-Chi better than I think I like this movie.
I love Hellboy. I don't know. I think it should be like 25. So I mean, it ain't too bad. It's just too higher.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Hellboy 2004 is at 27. Let's move on to 26, which is Darkman.
Oh, a Sam Raimi. Well, I guess we said it's like a Sam Raimi movie.
Yeah.
No.
Darkman 1990. Have you seen Darkman?
A long time ago.
And I've never seen Darkman, but
it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, well, Spillman kept telling us to watch it.
It's good. From what I remember.
Yeah. It says here, before jumpstarting the MCU with Spider-Man and seasoning Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness with moments of genuine terror, Sam Raimi created a sui generis superhero as anti-hero. That's a confusing sentence. Regenerative skin scientist Peyton Westlake, played by Liam Neeson, horribly disfigured and left for dead by mobsters, survives due to an experimental procedure that leaves him immune to pain and susceptible to adrenaline-fueled surges of augmented strength. His only weakness, a profound sense of alienation. His lifelike but unstable synthetic masks transform him into a crime-fighting master of disguise, but mental instability makes him unpredictably monstrous. Darkman proved that even morally complex stories can have broad-stroke comic book sensibility.
Yeah, I think this is a perfect spot. Actually, it's good. It's really out there for people. I don't think many would really care for it, but it's good. I mean, if you know what you're expecting, I think you'll really enjoy it.
Oh, cool. Have not seen it. Do plan on watching it at some point. Mm-hmm. Darkman was number 26. We're on number 25, which is The Rocketeer.
I've seen this movie. It's funny enough, the person who directed this movie directed Captain America as well. Oh,
there you go. I've not seen this. I know good. Of Rocketeer. I know of the Rocketeer though. I've seen him in a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Like, this is a good movie. Good movie.
Yeah. I could probably see how it was good. I need to watch this. It will be added to the list. But do you agree with the placement here?
I do agree with the placement here. I think this movie should be in the 20s. It is really good. I recommend it to anyone.
All right. Rocketeer, number 25, number 24, which is Batman Returns.
I think this one should be higher. I think this one should be like 20.
Yeah. I can agree with that.
Because I like Batman Returns more than the whole quadrilogy. Mm-hmm. This is probably my favorite. This was my favorite Batman movie for the longest time until I saw Mask of the Phantasm, which that one took over being my favorite.
Yeah, everyone here knows my favorite. Batman Forever.
Batman. Oh yeah, golly, Batman Forever is your favorite. I love it. Crap. I love it. I wonder if you think I'll be on this list.
Probably not.
I don't think.
Probably not. But it's like. That's my one hot take.
That movie, man.
That movie just, I don't know. There's something about it. I can just go on and on about why it's my favorite. There's just something about it that's just.
I don't understand why people don't really care for this one. I never understood.
I think it's the feel of it, and also maybe the penguin. When I was little, he used to freak me out.
Oh yeah, he freaked me out too. But I liked it though. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was cool. Like it is way darker than the first one. I will agree with that. But like, I think Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman's awesome. I think Nate DeVito as the Penguin.
It's a very different feel from Batman.
and the score is fantastic.
Oh, Danny Elfman just makes everything amazing.
I know. When you get the little winter thing, oh, it's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, and he did Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, no, I ain't really. Honestly, I hate to admit, but I don't think the music was as crazy. Like, I don't think it's as memorable as his other work. But
you heard like a lot of times in that movie, he used a lot of like electric guitar stuff.
Oh, yeah,
He's done a lot of stuff. The music was really good if you actually sit down like and hear it. It's pretty. It's really good. And you obviously had that whole music battle in that movie. That was really him getting to show off.
Yeah.
But yeah, Batman Returns, number 24.
Should be higher.
Yep. There we go. All right. Hang on here. My stuff's being a little slow. All right. Number 23, Deadpool.
This should be higher as well. I think this should be in the tens. This like top 10, like 10 through 1.
Yeah. I could probably agree with that.
I love this movie.
It's really good.
This was the first R-rated thing I saw in theaters.
The first R-rated movie I saw in theaters was Halloween. Not the old one from the 70s, but the newer one, 2018.
The newer one, yeah. It's so funny because I thought I was thinking about you saw it like the same age I was, but that movie came out like 2018, like way later.
Yeah.
Deadpool was awesome, man. I had a blast. I was in 6th grade when it came out. I loved it.
Yeah. I did enjoy it. It took me a little bit, maybe in that year that it came out, I watched it, but I didn't watch it immediately.
I loved it though. It's pretty perfect as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I think it is a really good movie. I try to get my sister to watch it. my 9-year-old sister.
My 9-year-old sister. Oh, how cute.
But yeah, Deadpool, number 23. All right, here. Well. All right. So 23 was Deadpool. Let's move on to RoboCop at 22.
Yeah, this is a weird choice. I don't know. I never really consider RoboCop like a superhero flick. Same way you thought with Hellboy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think
hold on. I got to warn the people. Landon's mic just did something really weird, and I'm not going to cut it out because it was funny. But the entire like 10 seconds of you talking just then was like complete like robotic nonsense. It was great.
Well, fitting because it's RoboCop, I guess.
Yeah, there you go.
Darren, you said you've never seen this movie, right?
I've not seen RoboCop.
It's really good movie, really good old 80s flick. About Alex Murphy.
You just call it a flick? You call it a flick? You turn to Kevin Smith now?
I'm just saying that's what it is. It's, you know. It's like Alex Murphy is a cop. He gets good, then they transfer his body to a RoboCop, and it's pretty violent. It's a very violent movie.
Yeah, I know about it, and I guarantee I have seen a RoboCop movie, but I don't think I've seen the first RoboCop movie.
I'm a little weirded because like it's just I don't consider it like a superhero movie, but I mean, like, if they will put it on here, I think this is a good spot for it. 22.
Yeah, I guess so, but I can't voice my opinion because I've never really seen it.
Yeah, I'll buy that for $1.
All right,
that's a reference from the movie. Yeah, nah.
Okay, well, I didn't get it because I haven't seen the movie. All right, RoboCop was 22. 21 is Doctor Strange. No, sorry.
Yeah, I'd say this should be a bit higher.
Wait, higher?
Yeah, like towards the ones.
Okay.
Oh, you think it should be lower?
I think it is not as. I didn't enjoy this movie as much as I enjoyed Shang-Chi and the Suicide Squad. So
I like this movie more than Shang-Chi.
Don't get me wrong, this is a really good movie. I
think Suicide Squad's better. I do agree. Suicide Squad's better.
But I think this needs to be still in the 20s, but up or lower a little bit.
I think it should be 18. I really like this movie.
It is not. I That might be my top 10 of MCU movies, but I haven't really thought about my list since Endgame came out.
I'm Darren. I didn't even tell you this. Every time we go through the next number, and I swear I feel like I know what number one is, and if it is what I think it is, I'm gonna be really upset. Like you might need to meet me.
You're gonna be
You're getting closer to one, and I don't see this movie yet. I'm gonna be.
I think I do know what you're thinking about.
Oh God! If the movie's not bad, it's just I know why they put it there, and I'm gonna roll my eyes, and I'll be like, "Oh my God!"
I can't wait to get to one. I know what it is because I had to check over this list.
Make sure it's valid.
Yeah, and okay,
it is what I think it is. Oh my God!
But let's move. Let's move down to 20, which is Superman 2.
I like Superman 2.
I've went on record saying in our extra beef episode we did about the first Superman movie that I've not seen any of these. That first one was the first one I've seen. I do plan on watching this. I love. I guess the point was like there's 4 of them, and like one of them, Brandon Routh plays Superman, and I'm like, what?
No, there's technically 5.
No, jeez.
There's 5 of them. There's all 4. The 4 of them are with
Man of Steel.
Superman Returns.
Okay.
Yeah. Technically the 5th, which is the one you're talking with Brandon Routh. Yes. Yeah. I like action. That's a
Well, the thing is, I don't look at Brandon Routh and think Superman. I look at him and think the Atom, because that's who he played for like way longer than he played Superman in the CW.
Oh, he played the Atom? I had no idea.
Yeah, he played him in Arrow and then all of Legends of Tomorrow and The Flash a little bit. But yeah, Superman 2, do you think that's a good placement, or does it need to be?
Yeah, I think it's a good placement. Good.
All right.
Honestly, yeah, I think that's a pretty decent placement to put it.
All right. So that was 20. Let's get into the teens, starting with Batman: Mask of the Phantasm, number 19.
No, higher, top 10. That's where that one needs to be, because that's the best Batman movie ever made, as far as I'm concerned. And there's no better Batman movie.
Oh, interesting. I
love this.
I do remember watching most of this movie. I think I did finish it. But then again, like I've come on record saying that I'm not the biggest fan of animated stuff, so like I don't go out of my way to watch it.
I mean, it's really good.
The Batman animated series is different because it's like I don't know why I like that more than I like most other things, but I've never sat down and watched this. Maybe I have, but I don't know.
I mean, it has the best Batman.
Well, okay, this will answer my question if I've seen this or not. I have a vague memory. Does the Phantasm whatever turn out to be a woman?
Yes.
Okay, then I've seen this.
Yes, it's good, man. It's good.
I don't know, man. I think it needs to be up a little bit. Still in the 20s, but not 19.
Oh, you're killing me. I swear, dude, we're on 19 now. I still haven't seen it. If it's not 15, if it's not up until we get 15, if I don't see it there, I'm gonna be mad.
Oh, jeez. Let's move on to 18, which is Captain America: Winter Soldier. Yeah,
I said it earlier. I like the first Avenger more.
That's true. But like,
I could probably say this movie is the better movie.
Yeah,
but it's a good spot. It's a good spot.
Yeah, I do. I really like this movie. Everything about it is good to me. Like the whole fight with Winter Soldier is so good, and the big reveal where it's like, even though all comic readers already knew that it was Bucky, but the big reveal in the theater where his mask falls off and Steve's like, Bucky?
Okay.
Bucky? He goes, who the heck is Bucky? And runs away. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I like the movie. I think it's a good spot.
Yeah, I agree with it. So Captain America: Winter Soldier 18, number 17 is X2. Well, I don't know about that.
I'm not the biggest fan of the X-Men movies.
Uh-huh.
So I think this should be more closer to the 30s.
Yeah.
But I always hear the first two are like really good. The only one I've is Logan and X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Those are the only two you've seen?
I've also seen First Class.
Oh, that's what you say.
I've seen. What have I seen?
You see Days of Future Past?
I've never seen Days of Future Past.
Oh my God, that's my favorite. I love that movie.
No, have I seen that? No,
go back. It's the first time where they go back in time.
Apocalypse. Okay, so I saw Days of Future Past, First Class, Logan, X-Men Origins, X-Men 1, and I haven't seen 2, 3, Apocalypse,
and Dark Phoenix.
And yeah, I've not seen Dark Phoenix. So I guess I've seen more. I've seen more than enough. I'm just not the biggest fan of these movies, so I can't fully have a say of X2. I kind of know what to expect because I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm not the big fan of that.
We'll stick to our X-Men animated series.
Yeah, exactly. I'll stick to that. Touch hands on.
X2, number 17, number 16, Avengers: Infinity War.
Higher.
Yeah, this is like the
top 10. This is me top 10.
Yeah.
I like it more than Endgame. Endgame, don't get me wrong, had more impactful stuff, but the better movie is Infinity War.
That's true, but they also had that scene in Endgame, which always, like, when I think of Endgame, I think of it is that the portal scene was fantastic, amazing, and then the whole like army's standing there, and then he says Avengers Assemble, and which is a really strange thing to say to send off an army, but
kept saying at the end is like really beautiful as well. It's like was perfect. I'd say that's like a better ending than dang Iron Man's. You know, and it's crazy to say, but because he dies and everything, but like you know,
which made me depressed for like a week after that movie. I just watched one of my childhood heroes die.
Literally, my mom was in the hospital.
I remember you telling me this.
Yeah, just giving. She was in labor, and I'm like in the theater crying over Iron Man. like my mom called.
Your mom is in immense pain, and you're in there.
I'm like, woo! Yeah, I was like standing up, doing ovation. Literally, she calls me. She's like, "Yeah, your brother's here," and she like hears me crying. She's like, "Oh, you're so happy." I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh no!
Walking out, everybody's crying.
See, I don't know if you remember this, but I walked out of watching the movie and saw you in the theater with, I think, your dad and brother, maybe.
What, Infinity War?
No, Endgame.
Really?
Yes.
That was the second. Oh, dude, that was the second because I saw it again the next day.
Yeah, I remember you telling me you stopped me and you were like, "Did you watch it?" I said, "I did," and you said something like, "I'm getting ready to go see it again" or something like that.
Yeah. Oh my dude, that's crazy. We did run into each other. I remember. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I completely forgot that you told me. Yeah. Okay.
That was sad though because I did have Endgame spoiled for me by a mutual friend of ours. Lucas Bennett, I'm calling you out. Also, comic book artist, but we'll get into that another time. Infinity War should not be 16; needs to be in the 10s, 10 through 1 somewhere.
Yes,
on that list.
I think Infinity War should be top 10.
Yeah,
in a store.
And they had the craziest ending to a superhero movie.
Yeah, I mean, I showed the movie to my grandma later. And this was before Endgame was out.
My grandma cried. I made her watch all the movies in chronological order, and she cried whenever they all died. She was mad.
My grandma was pissed off. She's like, that can't not be the ending. She's like, what kind of bull is this?
And that's why, like,
I told her there was like no part 2. That was like actually the end.
Was it? No more movies.
I know, that's how they ended up.
I told my grandma, I was like, I ought to make you wait to watch Endgame. Make you wait a year.
I know. Yeah, she had to wait. I think Endgame was out in the theaters, but like Disney Plus, and like it wasn't on media release yet.
Yeah.
She had to wait she had to wait like really long.
That would suck. But yeah, Infinity War 16, don't agree with it. Let's move on. Number 15 is Guardians of the Galaxy. They rated Guardians of the Galaxy higher than Infinity War.
Yeah, that's fine. I understand.
Don't get me wrong. I love Guardians of the Galaxy.
I do too. I like the first one.
I am to James Gunn what you are to Sam Raimi, like in fan wise.
My girlfriend.
James Gunn. Sorry, James Gunn is my Sam Raimi.
What group are you in? Do you think the first one's better or the second one? by the way.
Oof. I like the second one a lot, but I think the second one's a little bit funnier.
I don't know. I'm back and forth because it's crazy because the first time I saw the second one, I didn't like it. I didn't care for it. I thought
we had Kurt Russell playing Ego, the Living Planet.
Yeah.
And that huge reveal that he killed, he said it broke my heart to put that tumor in her head. I remember watching that. And I was like, what?
I was Peter. What? Exactly. That's exactly what happened. I love the first Guardians though. It's
really good.
I think I like it a lot because I was just surprised at how good it was.
Well, everyone was. Everyone thought no one cared about the Guardians of the Galaxy when this movie came out.
Yeah, I remember everybody was not excited at all.
No.
I remember my parents taking me and my brother, and they're like, "Hey, what's this thing, Guardians of the Galaxy?" At the time, I grew up with superheroes.
Uh-huh.
And I knew, I played Marvel superheroes, like the fighting game, Marvel vs. Capcom.
Lego Marvel Superheroes is my first introduction to Star-Lord and Star-Lord, Groot, and Rocket.
Yeah. I was familiar with Rocket Raccoon due to, again, Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Mm-hmm.
Parents told me, like, we'll watch it. I was miserable. I was like, no, I don't watch this movie. I literally saw it, and dude, I was like, I gave like a standing ovation. I love it.
Good. I can't wait for the third one, but I'm also very scared by the third one because it's essentially the last one.
Like Star-Lord might die?
Chris Pratt came out and said that his contract ends with that movie, and I'm like, no. He said it's a sad ride. He said it's going to be a sad ending, and I'm like, no, stop.
Well, I feel like Drax is going to die.
Drax is going to die 100%.
But they're going to renew his contract. They're going to renew Chris Pratt's contract.
I hope so. But they did say this will be the last time of us seeing this team of Guardians.
Yeah, well, Drax is out, so that's the whole team.
I hope so. I'm gonna be emotional wreck if they all die. Well, Gamora's not even there anymore, so
I think there's a chance Gamora.
Gamora comes back. She's gonna come back. We know that.
They're gonna bring Gamora back
because they're looking for the other timeline version of her.
Yeah, we'll find out though. We'll find out.
Yeah, but that's 15. 14 is Spider-Man 2002.
Oh no. Okay. Oh God, no. This one needs to be in top 3. It needs to be in top 30.
Okay,
and this is the greatest superhero movie ever made. Period. Period.
I can argue that the Spider-Man 2 is a little bit better than the first one.
Well, hold on. I'm telling, but Darien, this is like the best.
This is your Batman Forever.
This is my Batman Forever. You're right. This is like, oh God. Okay, here's the thing. First off, I'm mad that the movie I'm thinking of in my head is higher than Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
I really hope the movie that you're thinking about is the movie that it is, because this is going to be hilarious.
I'm honestly really, really upset right now. Don't get me wrong, 14 is good. 14 is good, but man, it needs to be.
It sounds like you're crying. Are you crying?
I'm about to do it. I'm about to say, oh my God. Oh, man.
14, though, of the 50 greatest. I think it needs to be in the 10 to 1s, if not closer to 1.
It needs to be in the 5s, and that is being as low as I can put it.
Yeah, I agree with that. This movie is really good.
God, it's fantastic.
Obviously, without this movie, we wouldn't have had Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah, so eat it. That's right. No Way Home is like 5. Like,
we wouldn't have had Andrew Garfield either. But I mean,
I don't think his movie's gonna be on this list. I haven't seen.
I doubt it. 100% doubt it.
I'm gonna feel bad about that.
Yeah. 14 Spider-Man. All right. 13 X-Men Days of Future Past. Yeah. Well, I don't think this is a good placement. But like after Spider-Man, come on. But maybe switch them.
Yes, switch them. But move them up higher.
Yeah. But this movie, I did really, like I've said, I've loved this movie. One thing I think they should have done is Gambit in the live action X-Men movies.
Yeah, well, it's funny because the longest time I thought having Channing Tatum as Gambit was like a terrible idea and choice. But then I got to look at him and I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. I hope they do Gambit in the MCU X-Men, which I think they're not calling X-Men, they're calling mutants, just the mutants.
Yeah, which I don't really care.
Well, that's what Stan Lee originally wanted them called.
Yeah. Yeah, and they thought that people would be stupid because they're like, no one knows what a mutant is. I'm like,
yeah. But okay, I can, like I said, switch this one with Spider-Man, and I'll be fine with it. It was a really good movie. I did enjoy it. Yeah. 13, X-Men Days of Future Past. 12 is Spider-Man: Homecoming.
No.
This movie is way too high on the list.
No.
I read it and it stopped for a second. And I was like, what?
Okay.
They made it this higher than Spider-Man.
Look, don't get me wrong. I like Homecoming. I think Vulture is awesome.
Yeah.
But literally, you can just compare the villains alone. Green Goblin by Willem Dafoe or Vulture by
two green guys played by classic actors.
Yes. Like, let's just, let's just chill.
I think Vulture does look cool.
I love Vulture.
Yeah, Vulture's really good.
Michael Keaton did a perfect job.
And then Vulture will go on to meet Morbius. And the Morbius
brought he brought in 112% to that. And like he did all the stunt work, like he was crazy.
Yeah,
I swear he was on cocaine on the set. I promise you.
He went full Alan Moore.
Yeah, I know exactly. But I love Homecoming, but man, no, it's not better than Spider-Man.
No, I think it needs to be in the 20s or maybe even 20s, maybe 30s. I don't know.
This list is starting to piss me off. I hate this list.
I'm not even sure if Spider-Man: Far From Home is on this list. So, which is.
That's gonna be. Because I think I like Far From Home a bit more than Homecoming.
No, I don't think it's on here. I don't think No Way Home is on here. I mean, it might be.
Ooh, wait, when was this list made?
5 days ago.
Oh yeah, so No Way Home should be on here.
We'll see. All right, number 12 is Spider-Man: Homecoming.
All right, look through the list, so you know what is not on here. Okay.
11 is Iron Man. No, this needs to be higher.
This needs to be at least 10.
Yeah, in the top 10, this is the superhero movie.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's the thing. I'm almost on the verge of saying this is a good part because the third act, you have to admit, is a bit not that good.
Yeah, but then you got to think though. This movie started like everything.
Yeah.
Like we wouldn't have had any of these good Marvel movies that we've been talking about without Iron Man. Like Infinity War, No Way Home. No.
Yes. But would have Spider-Man though. That's true.
That's true.
I didn't want to point that.
You're right there.
We'll point that
out. But yeah, Iron Man does need to be higher, I think. But yeah. You said you wanted it to be higher, at least 10, is what you said?
Yeah. 10, at least 10, because I think that while I don't like the third act, the first two acts is like incredible.
Yeah. All right, 11 was Iron Man. 10 is The Incredibles.
Oh, speaking of which, okay. I think this movie should be higher. I love Incredibles.
Let's see. I think while it is a very, very good movie, it doesn't need to be in the top 10. Maybe 20 to 10.
Oh, God dang. I don't think we're on the same page here.
I don't think we are either. Sorry.
Oh, God damn. We're on number 10 now. I still. God.
I'm really excited. I just can't tell you. This is going to be hilarious.
I love Incredibles, man. I love it. I hate the sequel, but I love the first one.
Yeah. I think I've seen the sequel more than I saw the first one.
Are you serious? The first one's like really good. Maybe the sequel. The first one's bad.
I don't know. But I'll trust this with a number 10 there. All right. Number 9 is Wonder Woman.
Oh, no.
This is not.
Well, while people may hate me, I don't like Wonder Woman.
I don't hate Wonder Woman. I thought it was okay.
I don't care for Wonder Woman.
I liked it better than just the Zack Snyder's Justice League. So I said,
here's my issue. I think I got a bit overhyped because I kept hearing that because I never saw it. Everyone kept telling me Wonder Woman's the best. Wonder Woman's really good. Wonder Woman's one of the good DC movies, and I got really hyped. Like, oh, it's awesome. You see Wonder Woman, these awesome things, and I'm like, okay,
yeah.
See it, and I'm like, yeah, Patty Jenkins gets Wonder Woman. I watched it, and I'm all like, this is the most boringest movie I've ever seen in my life. I did not like it one bit.
I didn't hate it, but I also didn't like it. I wish Ares looked cooler.
Yeah, Ares looked lame.
Yeah, Ares needs to look like awesome.
Oh,
like God of War, and looks like a normal dude.
Yeah, I kept thinking they were going to do what he looks like in the Injustice video game.
That'd be so good.
That's what I wanted him to look like.
Yeah,
or Kratos or something. I don't know.
Yeah, put Kratos in there. That'd be good. Kratos versus Wonder Woman.
Oh God, please! I hate to say it, but Kratos would.
Diana Prince, your son has returned.
That'd be awesome.
No, he'd be your brother.
I know, right?
Your brother has returned to kill you.
I swear, dude, Kratos with the freaking lasso of truth.
Oh, dude. Where is Zeus?
Put that in rap, bro. You need it.
Yeah, but Wonder Woman is number 9. Don't agree with it. Throw it up in the 40s.
Yeah. See, 40. Yeah, 40s.
All right, number 8 is Thor Ragnarok. Okay, I can agree with this.
Don't get me wrong. I love Thor Ragnarok.
I like
it. Should be higher.
I think it's at a good spot.
All right, bit lower.
I think it's at a good spot.
Like, I think this should be where Incredibles is at, and 9 should be Iron Man.
Okay. What do you think this should be? What number?
This should be like a 10 or 11.
Okay. I think this movie.
This should be 11.
Yeah. I think I like this spot a little bit. I really do like Thor Ragnarok.
I think there's some people on Twitter. There's just some people that just hate this movie.
That's Twitter for you. Everyone hates everything.
Hey, people cuss me out because I don't like Alex Ross Batman. But I like. Well, all right.
Well, you heard what happened on Twitter with Kevin Smith. He said that Spider-Man No Way Home should have been nominated for an Oscar, and he got like completely trashed. Yeah, I talked about this. We got completely trashed to the point where people were like, "You should have died when you had that heart attack."
Holy crap! Boy,
I know.
I told you, man. Spider-Man fans hate Spider-Man. That's Twitter. That's Lord.
Only on Twitter. We should do an extra beef on Twitter, superhero Twitter, like comic book movie Twitter.
I would love that. I would love to do it.
That'd be hilarious. 8 is Thor Ragnarok. We're on to 7, which is The Dark Knight.
Okay. Here, I'll let you start this one off.
I said earlier this is my favorite of the Dark Knight trilogy, and while Landon absolutely trashes on this movie, I do enjoy it. It is not my favorite of the Batman movies. Is maybe in my top 5 of them. Yeah. There's only like so many Batman movies, so that's not really saying much. But I don't think I don't know if I agree with this. I think it needs to be lower.
Oh wow! Okay, I'm surprised about that. This movie should be in the 20s, and that it will be the nicest thing I'll ever say for that movie.
Opinion respected.
That's where I'll leave it off. I'm not because I think I've talked enough about this movie on this platform enough.
You're probably right.
I just don't like. I don't care. I don't get it. You know. I think this is one of the most overrated superhero movies ever.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I can maybe see the appeal, but I just think it's very overrated.
Mm-hmm. Hey, opinions. You're entitled to your opinions, especially on except on comic book, except on Twitter. Except on Twitter, you are not entitled to your opinion, and you will get trashed on for it.
It's funny because like you say that to me, you're like, I respect it, but I know if you said something I hate, I'll trash you.
Exactly.
How about you suck? Yeah.
Yeah, Dark Knight, number 7. Number 6, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I agree with
that. I think this one should be a bit higher.
I know. I think I agree. I think I agree with this.
Because I love.
But I'm biased because I don't like animated stuff. But I did like this movie.
Really, dude? I don't know how. Like, I understand if you're not into animated stuff, but this is like the best thing.
Well, yeah, I did like this movie. Like I said, I like this. I'm just not into animated stuff. So that's why it's not as high for me.
I love this movie. I think this is like one of the best.
Well, it was the world's not the world, but a population that doesn't read comic books. This was their introduction into Spider-Man Miles Morales. Miles Morales Spider-Man. Spider-Man Miles Morales is a video game.
It got really hyped for Miles Morales, actually. I was like literally as soon as the game was announced, I'm like, dude, I'm playing the suit from this game because it's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, Spider-Man and Spider-Verse number 6. I agree with it. Landon wants it to be higher.
I think it should.
No, you ready to get into the last 5?
Last 5. I swear I haven't seen this one movie yet, and I know it's on here.
Okay, let's go to number 5, which is Superman.
This one I think should be a bit just a hair like number 6 or something.
Yeah, switch. Okay, so you want to switch into the Spider-Verse and Superman?
Yeah, because I think Spider-Verse is better than Superman.
Yeah,
but man, honestly, Superman is like the most.
Maybe this is the superhero movie. Like, most of like these old classic movies are like the superhero movie to me.
You know what? I perfectly no. Never mind. Keep this here because this is the superhero movie. This is the
DC superhero movie.
I was watching the movie and how just perfect it is.
Mm-hmm.
This is the superhero movie. You're right. You're right on that. Keep it at number 5. I think it should be higher. But
yeah, I think I like it there. So Superman at 5. Number 4 is Avengers Endgame. Ooh.
All right.
Yeah. I can get that. I feel like maybe 3 would have been better.
The last 3 here. I'm wondering. Well, I know I want one of them to be, and I know I would not. Another one not to be.
You are scared yet hopeful.
Yes.
Endgame at 4. Maybe I think I like it at 3. Like I feel like this movie is just like too epic to be at 4.
Yeah, it's a very fan service film.
Yes. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, like no movie ever to me has compared to sitting in a theater watching this.
Oh yeah, no.
Like no movie has had me like I was shaking at the end of it when they were having the big battle. Like my hand was shaking.
Well, there has been one movie that has beaten it.
Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah.
Well,
that movie was perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, that movie was really good. That was also a very fan service movie.
Don't get me wrong, it gave everyone hype, but dude, I've never seen crazy stuff like for.
Well, you know what movie has more people hyped? Minions: Rise of Gru.
Oh yeah, definitely. No. Morbius.
People are getting kicked out of theaters for throwing bananas and like cheering in the theater for the movie.
Oh no, yeah. I'm going to do that next Saturday. My friend just bought me a Gru scarf. I'm Gru apparently.
Oh,
so that's
yeah, it's gonna be great. But yeah, Endgame at 4.
Are you serious? They're like throwing just bananas everywhere.
Yes, yeah.
I thought these people they snuck in like a whole trash can full of bananas.
That'd be great. Yeah, Endgame at 4. Let's move on to 3, which is Logan.
Oh,
Logan is 3.
Okay. Okay, I'll keep that.
Can I be honest?
Do you not like this movie?
I do like. I haven't seen it, so I can't say anything.
I haven't seen it. Oh, you're missing out because this is a real.
I know. I actually did start watching at one point, but I think I got distracted. I just turned it off because I was so I had to do something. But I got to the point where he like murdered a bunch of people at a car in like the middle of nowhere or something like that.
Oh yeah, the limo or whatever. Yeah.
Yes, that's where I was at.
A movie I forgot. An X-Men movie. I was naming off the X-Men movies earlier. Ones I watched. I completely forgot I watched the Wolverine.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about that movie. Well, that's number one. I'd be like, what?
Well, we're about to find out. All right.
No, what was number 1?
3 was Logan. 2 is Spider-Man 2.
Ooh, okay. I'm happy. I'm happy with it. I think this one should be number 1. Whatever.
But Spider-Man 2, I agree with this. This movie is great. I mean, there's really not much to say about it. You want to get into 1?
Oh God, I don't want to move.
Number 1 is Black Panther.
No. Dude, this was exactly what I was thinking it would be. God dang it.
Number 1 is Black Panther beats out every other movie on the list.
Are you kidding me?
I don't agree with this one bit.
Man, burn. Dude, Rolling Stone can piss off. No. Black Panther is not the number 1 superhero movie. Get out of here with that nonsense. Come on, man.
I would rather put Spider-Man 2 or I think Spider-Man 2 should have been one. This maybe could have been in the teens, 20s maybe.
No, I'd say in the low 30s. Maybe high 20s, low 30s. I didn't care for this movie. It was cool. I loved it the first time I saw it, but then I watch it more and more. I don't care as much.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I like Chadwick. I love the villain. I love it. It's not. Yeah. It's not the number 1 superhero movie. I'm sorry. I completely disagree with that.
Yeah. So it was a crazy list of 50 movies and a very bummer ending to it, according to Lemon.
Good Lord. That was it, dude. That pisses me off. I'm really upset about it.
Well, that was our review of Rolling Stone's 50 greatest superhero movies of all time. We learned some things. We critiqued some things, praised some things, and also I have a list of movies that I have to watch now.
Yes.
While we do not agree with Black Panther being in number 1, because there are a lot of movies that are better than that one.
Definitely.
It was all in all a decent list.
At least this whole list was all right. It was all right. Yeah, that's all I can say. I think number 1 being Black Panther is a real. No, I'm not gonna say disappointment, but like a real stupid decision.
Yeah.
So the list by Rolling Stone is okay.
Yeah. But that wraps it up for this episode, I guess. Go ahead and get out of here. Thank you for tuning in this week on our review of the Rolling Stones 50 greatest superhero movies of all time. Definitely want to tune in this upcoming weekend. When this releases on Wednesday, the upcoming weekend is the Comic Book Burrito 1-year celebration. We're going to be releasing episodes, reviewing Thor: Love and Thunder, and maybe doing some gaming streams and stuff to celebrate. I think that's about everything. So we can go ahead and end this off here. Thank you all so much for joining us this week. I don't know what just happened. And we'll see you for the 1-year celebration. Bye, guys.
See ya.